Well, it's the mid 1970s, about 45 years ago. Myself and four other guys, five of us in total, are on our way during our high school senior year. We're all teenagers and we're all on our way for our first unchaperoned trip to anywhere, and we're going to Daytona Beach, Florida. We have I've got a friend who's got a car who he thinks has a best chance of any of us of making it there. It's a 1963 Chevy Impala. So in the mid 70s, this car itself is a teenager. He's affectionately named the car Gloria after the Van Morrison song, which was coincidentally also made in 1963. You know the song? Gloria, Gloria, that one. This car, which is now 13 years old and he only paid a few $100s for it. And it has way too many miles and way too little tire tread. But it's a chance for it to prove that it's still roadworthy and live up to guys' expectations. And as far as us, as a bunch of roughly 18-year-old teenagers, this trip is a chance for us to show that we're independent and ready to start the best years of our lives. So we figure it seems to us that if we can do this 24-hour road trip from our hometown, which is Aurora, Illinois, just outside of Chicago, to Daytona Beach, if we could do this in 24 hours by shifting drivers every few hours, it seems possible. We also, though, believe that if we can make it there in this car and don't get lost, it could be the best week of our young lives. We get off to kind of a shaky start. We're driving down the road and I get one of the first shifts, and I see that the car has cruise control. And so I asked Guy about using it because I've never seen cruise control. And he says, that doesn't matter. It's never worked anyway since we've had the car. I said, that's not so bad. What was a little worse was about 8 hours into the trip, the red light on the dashboard comes on. The car is overheating. Gloria is having her first senior moment, a hot flash. We pull the car off the road, get into the first service center we can find with a mechanic. He figures out that it needs a new fan belt. So we get that replaced and we're back on the road. But now we're all have some more serious concerns about Gloria's ability to get us there. Well, it's just the next day, miraculously perhaps, we are rolling into Daytona Beach, the big time. Here we are. I mean, we go past the huge Daytona 500 stadium racetrack and we're getting excited. We drive right onto the beach, right on the sand. We don't realize this. We also don't realize that the southern surf swallows cars at high tide every day. Fortunately, we're warned though, and we don't lose Gloria to that particular obstacle this time. So we get there. We realize also we're some of the youngest people here. Most of the spring breakers are college students or slightly older. We're in high school. I also noticed one other problem. Most of those spring breakers have cool beach towels that make a statement for them with their design, like their college logo, their favorite team, a cool car. My beach towel, which I'd hastily taken out of our family linen closet, has cartoon animals in a circus tent on it. I carefully turn that towel upside down on the beach and make a mental note to use some of my very limited funds to buy a new beach towel as soon as possible. Well, we get through the next 5 days and have just a wonderful time. I mean, it is teenage paradise for us. Even though we're the youngest, we fit right in and we make it through this week with just a wonderful time. But we also realize we have to make it back home. That's our next hurdle. And we have a sense of urgency because we want to do it before these minimal suntans that we've worked on all week fade away or start to peel. Well, we start our trip back home, multiple cans of oils into Gloria, constantly checking the coolant, tire pressure, and with some great luck and favorable tailwinds, we get within shouting distance of our hometown. And just as we are approaching the city limits, Gloria starts to sputter. And then she loses power and then dies completely. My friend Guy, who's driving the car at the time, yells to us, "Jump out and push while she's still rolling. We can make it into the Kmart parking lot." So we all jump out and push. In about 200 yards, we're going past the "Welcome to Aurora" sign. And we push the rest of the way and we roll into the parking lot. And as we're rolling into that parking lot, safely back in our hometown, it feels like we just won the lottery against all odds. And it appeals to us that this teenage car full of teenage boys has been propelled by that teen spirit across the finish line. It was a wild ending to a wonderful week and a great memory. Thanks.